there's a lot of people in the UK in particular who are actually praying for Deontay Wilder to lose the Luis Ortiz rematch. There was also a lot of people praying for him to lose against Dominic Breazeale. Now, to those people, I would say this. Would you rather see Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 2 or Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz 3? Which would you rather see? Because that's what you're going to get if Deontay Wilder loses to Luis Ortiz in this rematch. You're going to get Wilder Ortiz 3 right after it. Because there is almost certainly going to be the standard rematch clause in the contract, as it's a voluntary defense. Is that what you want to see? Him fight the old man back to back for a third time? Or would you rather see him fight Tyson Fury? Because I respect Luis Ortiz's struggle. He had a tough upbringing in Cuba, growing up in poverty. Obviously went through the amateur system there, escaped Cuba, and that was a hell of an ordeal. I think he got kidnapped at one point and made it through Mexico, eventually got into the United States. He's got a young daughter that has some long-term health issue. And he struggled for years on undercards and stuff like that, boxing in obscurity before he finally got somewhat of a break later on in his career. So I respect his struggle. You know, he's, as John Fury would say, fetched up the hard way. He was fetched up the hard way. So I respect it. But as a selfish boxing fan, as much as I respect Ortiz's story and I want him to do well for himself and his family, you know, he's had a real hard blue collar type upbringing as a fighter. I just don't want to see him fight Deontay Wilder 3 times. I want to see that. I'd rather see Deontay Wilder face Tyson Fury in a rematch. And then beyond that, who knows? Wilder against Ortiz, Wilder against AJ, Wilder against Usyk, Wilder against Hrgovic, Wilder against Kaunaki. I'd rather see that than have Wilder in the ring with his old man like 3 times. You understand? So, again, much respect to Luis Ortiz and the struggle and the journey he's been through. But in my heart, if I'm honest, I will not be rooting for him to beat Deontay Wilder. In a previous video, I had said it would be nice to see, you know, Luis Ortiz versus Andy Ruiz for the Undisputed from a historical perspective, right? Because we've never seen a Cuban heavyweight and a Mexican heavyweight fight for the Undisputed title. That would be cool. I'm not going to lie. That would be cool, and I've said how I wouldn't mind that happening in the past. But somehow I completely overlooked the fact that if Wilder loses, the chances of an undisputed fight between Ruiz and Ortiz would be pretty slim, because Wilder's almost certainly going to exercise a rematch clause. Unless Al Heyman can persuade him to step aside and let Ortiz and Ruiz fight each other, then Wilder would almost certainly be going straight back in there against Ortiz. So yeah, I guess you could say I'm kind of conflicted, because it would be cool to see Ruiz Ortiz, but how likely would that be with rematch clauses and whatnot? You would most likely get the 3 fights between Wilder and the old man. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I know a lot of you don't like Wilder, and even more so, you don't like his fans. And for me, my issue is more Wilder's supporters. Not all of them, but the majority of them. Because they are so intellectually challenged. They're so just downright stupid, ignorant and foolish that, you know, I end up criticizing a lot of things about Deontay Wilder, his resume, his career, too much even for my own liking. Because it gives off the impression. See, one thing about fanboys, and most of these, you know, Wilder people, they're fanboys. A fanboy can't separate a fighter's personality from their boxing ability. So by that I mean, when they look at a fighter and they don't like who the fighter is as a person and what he represents, they will also trash him as a fighter. They'll trash his fighting ability. This is what they tend to do. they can't separate the personality or what they think the fighter represents from his fighting ability. So, for example, I think Deontay Wilder is a hillbilly, an unsophisticated, uncouth, unintelligent individual, right? But as a fighter, I really like him and always have done. I've been bigging up Deontay Wilder's fighting ability and his entertainment value in the ring for what, 5 years? Something like that? The issue I have with Wilder is the way he conducts himself as a person, the fights that he doesn't take, and the conduct of his fans. That's the issue. Not Deontay Wilder's fighting ability. I've always rated it. But again, with these fanboys, and it's not just Wilder fanboys, but fanboys in general, they can't separate, most of them, they can't separate the personality or what a fighter represents from their fighting ability. They have to trash everything about them. Strange. But yeah, to the people who don't like Deontay Wilder, do you really want him to lose to Luis Ortiz, knowing what the consequences of that would be? It's literally a choice between Wilder Ortiz 3 or Wilder Fury 2. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. It's happening about. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.